Welcome back, everybody, and I have an announcement to make. I am quitting action figure collecting. Is what I would say if I was actually quitting. Welcome back, guys, and I just kind of wanted to talk about something that I see happen frequently on YouTube. I'll put YouTube on, and then in my feed will be a video of why I am quitting action figure collecting. And it's just funny how many of these videos are there. I'm not picking on anyone in particular, but if you just type in why I'm quitting action figure collecting, you're gonna find tons and tons of videos of people doing this. So it's kind of their big announcement, but it's not an airport. We don't need you to announce your departure. I'm just kidding. There's many reasons why people would actually quit toy collecting. The economy, higher prices, priorities are just kind of squeezing them. I feel that. I have a lot of things going on this year outside of toy collecting where I've definitely slowed down my collecting. Although it felt like August, all my pre-orders came in at once, so that didn't really feel too great. So many reasons why people might actually quit the hobby. Now, some of these videos, they have some of those genuine concerns, right? Getting priced out. They have to, prioritize food over discretionary spending. This is all discretionary spending. None of this we need. This is all just nice to haves. And I've been very fortunate myself to be able to afford those nice to haves, but not everyone's situation is the same. So whether it's a job loss or a lifestyle change or you're moving, I only moved this stuff from one room to the next, and that almost made me quit. Like, I almost literally thought of just throwing this stuff into a box, donating it, because moving it 12 feet was horrible. Anyway, I endured. Collection's still up. I'm not quitting anytime soon, but these are just some of the reasons I'm hearing people quit. The economy is probably the biggest one. The grocery store, things were more expensive. I used to buy this big tub of coffee for like $9. It's up to $24. I honestly just stopped drinking coffee, and not so much because of the price. Like, I was kind of addicted to coffee, but more so a dental reason. But I'm glad I don't have to buy that big tub of coffee and be hurting financially from it. But also there's home improvement stuff I want to do, so I have to sometimes budget do I want to make this improvement to my home, or do I want to buy a whole wave of action figures? So I get when the reasoning comes into those practical things that we all deal with. Some people state being overwhelmed, and I definitely feel that right now. There's a pile of toys sitting in that corner that has been sitting there for a while, and I just haven't had the urge to open it. And every now and then I'll pick one off the top, but I don't have that need. Once it's delivered, I used to rip them out and set them up. I just don't have that energy anymore. So again, I'm not quitting, but I do get it. I do get the fatigue that people get, especially when things are coming in hot and heavy. And like I said, everything came in August, all my pre-orders. So not only were things coming in fast, but that was getting deducted from my bank account left and right, which is always fun when it happens at one single shot. So there's economic reasons, financial, whether it's prioritizing other purchases or just the items themselves are pricing you out. That new retro card in Marvel Legends wave was fantastic. I bought 4 of the 6. I had all 6 in my cart, and then I canceled 2 of them because just those 4 figures alone that I didn't cancel, that hurt. And I don't think Marvel Legends ever hurt like that. And I remember for a whole wave, it was like 120, and I bought 4, and it was about 120, 130. And, the value's not there. You're not getting that build-a-figure. You get a comic book, so added value, I guess. So there's a few reasons. The economy, things are getting more expensive, the discretionary spending is less. I did watch one video where the person said they're quitting collecting, but as the video went on, they just said, I'm quitting this one particular line. So I thought that was strange. Another person said that they're quitting because they're going to start collecting something else because they have a young kid. And I thought that was cool because they said they get to kind of enjoy being a kid through that kid's eyes through collecting something else. And if that kid's not interested in action figures, hey, let's collect something that we're both interested in. So that was pretty cool. I think that's a pretty cool reason to quit. If we're being responsible, we should all probably quit. Just being honest. But this is fun. This is our hobby, and we like to keep it going. We know that little shot of dopamine when we order something and when we get it in the mail. I want that feeling back when I get something in the mail that, oh, I want to open it right away versus, I'm just going to put it on the pile. But that's a me thing. That has nothing to do with everybody else. So why am I making this video? And it's not to pick on anybody. There are definitely ToyTubers I've watched that said they're collecting, and then a week later they come back and they say, oh, because of your inspiring comments, I'm going to continue collecting. It took a few people on the internet to convince you to keep spending money. That's weird. Anyway, just do what you want to do. But one, just to kind of point that out, if you want to watch some of them, just literally type in why I quit action figure collecting. I'm going to have kind of different things happening on the channel. And one of the things I'm going to start doing is just more conversation pieces. I like that last video I did about the HasLab, which I think went over well, except, for the people raking me over the coals for not saying glowing things about the HasLab. But in terms of quitting collecting, I'm not quitting anytime soon. If everything ended today, I'd be perfectly fine. But there are toy lines that I have where if certain figures came out tomorrow, I can literally get those figures and just quit. Because I don't want anything else. And my problem is that I collect multiple toy lines like most of you do, but between Marvel Legends, DC McFarlane, NECA TMNT Toon, or Movie, G.I. Joe Classified, there's so many of these toy lines that I should probably temper my wants and my needs, but there's really only a few characters left that I would actually want before I can throw in the towel. I am not a collect them all collector, so pretty much when it comes to the franchises I collect, if you gave me some of these characters, I would quit. Then I would quit. But I don't think I'd quit altogether. I'd probably just focus on another toy line. I'd probably keep moving the goalpost because we're toy collectors, we're sick. So what I want to do is start making these lists of the top 10 figures I need before I can completely quit the line. I already have a few ideas for some of them, so I think that'll be super easy. But these are the figures I would need before I actually just completely end that collection. So I'll be posting more of these conversation videos up soon, and I will be live streaming with a friend coming up shortly. I've talked with a few friends about doing live streams, so hopefully it'll grow and invite those other people on. But this is a buddy that I've been friends with for almost 15 years now, which is kind of crazy. And he happens to live near me and happens to like toys. So we both said, hey, let's partner together. And I love the live streams that I watch, but sometimes I want to be part of the conversation too. And I don't see people talking about some of the things that I want to talk about. Not just modern day collecting, but retro toys. So we're going to start having those conversations weekly. More to come on that. But watch out for the next video. That'll be my first top 10 list of what I need to collect before I can quit. All right, guys, thanks for hanging in there and listening to me ramble. Hope you all have a good night or evening or day whenever I post this video. I'm going to try to get more consistent because I'm told the algorithm likes that, and they don't like you posting one video a month. That's all I got, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and until the next episode, we'll catch you next time.